Hi, this is Muhammad Hassanuজ্জামান. My project title is Comparative Analysis of Public Key and Symmetric Key Cryptography in Client-Server Authentication. First, we will talk about some basic information about client-server authentication protocol and as well as server public key and symmetric key. Client-server authentication protocols are fundamental in ensuring secure communication between clients and server. The increasing reliance on digital communication necessitates robust authentication mechanisms to prevent unauthorized access and data breaches. The comparative analysis of public key and symmetric key cryptography in client-server authentication protocols is crucial due to proliferation of new protocols vying for superiority. Public key mechanisms introduce implication in terms of increased computational and communication overhead. This literature review is to provide a comprehensive understanding of the comparative analysis of public key and symmetric key. By critically analyzing recent protocols and identifying the effective utilization of public key cryptography, the review seeks to empower protocol designed to create more secure and efficient construction. Public key cryptography, also known as symmetric cryptography, utilizes a pair of keys, a public key for encryption and a private key for decryption. The security of public key cryptography is based on the computational complexity of mathematical problems. Public key cryptography is essential in various applications, including secure communication, key exchange, and digital signature. Symmetric cryptography, also known as secret key cryptography, employs a single key for both encryption and decryption processes. Common symmetric key algorithms include data encryption standard, advanced encryption standard, and blowfish. Symmetric key cryptography is known for its efficiency and speed in data encryption and decryption process. Public key cryptography offers secure key exchange, digital signatures, and non-repudiation, but it involves higher computational overhead due to the complexity of mathematical operations. On the other hand, secret key cryptography provides efficient encryption and decryption processes, but key distribution and management pose significant challenges, especially in dynamic and large-scale environment. Now we move to the architecture. The architecture is categorized into three main variants. The first one, the server acts as a TTP, eliminating the need for an external trusted third party. However, this approach contradicts fundamental cryptographic principle as subscriptions and operations should be strictly distinguished. In second one, this variant allows the client to authenticate to multiple servers. The discussion is limited to schemes that enable the process without the active involvement of the TTP during key agreement. In third one, this scheme also differ in other ability to offer multi-factor authentication by the client in the one-factor authentication, where client represents a device a client has used provided with a mobile phone or a smart card in two-factor authentication. And finally, in three-factor authentication, which requires user interaction, where they enter both a password and biometric information. In attack model, we consider five types of attackers. First one is this attacker is capable of eavesdropping on the communication channels, modifying, deleting, inserting, or replaying messages. The presence of this attacker as part of the overall attack model for evaluating the security of the protocols under consideration. In second one, is refers to the unauthorized disclosure of data that is specific to a particular session or communication. In third one is referred to a types of attacks where an adversary gains unauthorized access to the private key or symmetric key of an entity. In fourth, an inside attacker refers to a malicious client within the client-server architecture who attempts to exploit their access to retrieve information on other users or manipulate the system. And last, it refers to a trusted third party that is assumed to perform all required security related operation currently but may have an interest in revealing the data for its own purposes. This type of TTP is also known as an honest and curious TTP. When developing a security scheme, the following security features are most important. The first one is uh, between a client and server are crucial security features in protocol. They ensure that both parties can verify each other identities and establish a secure communication channels to prevent impersonation and man-in-the-middle attack. In second features, the integrity of message sent between the client and servers refers to ensuring that the content of the message remains unchanged during transmission. In third one is refers to the assures that the real identities of the client and server cannot be derived by an outsider. This feature should hold the types of 1 and 4 type of an attacker. Feature 4 refers to the ensures the inability to link to requests coming from the same client. Feature 5 refers to a need for an ensuring the security for an communication channels, including mutual authentication, integrity, anonymity, and unlinkability in case of the attacker type 2. In feature 4, if an attacker gains an access to the previously derived session keys and identities, the security of the system remains intact. Thus, security features 1 to 4 in case of an attacker type of 3. In feature 7 refers to the security feature in the client-server authentication protocols that aims to prevent a trusted third party, that is TTP, from compromising the integrity of the protocol. It also avoids the TTP to break the security feature 1 to 4 in case of an attacker type of 5. And last one is ensure that the TTP's identity is not compromised and maintains the integrity and authenticity considering of the attacker type 5. Now we have looked at review of 10 recently published protocol. This paper is published between 2019 to 2023. In first one, our client-server authentication scheme as a proposed to a security flow found in a previous study. Their scheme utilize public key mechanism effectively and also providing resistance against a semi-trusted third party. In second paper, we find that the client-server protocol discussed in this paper, which involves the comparison of public key and symmetric key cryptography in client-server authentication protocols. In third one, the protocol aims to address the security and privacy concerns associated with RFID authentication in IoT application. In fourth paper, we find the client-server protocol focuses on the development of a new mutual authentication and key agreement protocol for the mobile client-server environment. It enables two clients to authenticate each other and agree on a session key over an insecure public network with the existence of a trusted server. In fifth paper, the client-server protocol focuses on the analysis and improvement of a key exchange and authentication protocol in a client-server environment. In sixth paper, we also find the client-server protocol focuses on a heterogeneous user authentication and key establishment for the mobile client-server environment. In seventh paper, we find a two-factor client-server authentication scheme is introduced. This scheme involves both the client and server possessing a private key for the authentication. In eighth paper, uh, they propose a two-factor client-server authentication protocol without an external trusted third party. However, the scheme failed to provide protection against a semi-trusted third party. In ninth paper, uh, they also proposed a two-factor client-server authentication scheme called the ESEAP scheme. However, when considering an external trusted third party, the scheme fails to satisfy security in the presence of a semi-trusted TTTP. And in last paper, this paper proposed an improved client-server authentication protocol for RFID and IoT applications, addressing weaknesses identified in a previous scheme. The analysis compared the proposed protocol with other schemes, including symmetric key-based protocol, and demonstrate its superiority in terms of security length, computation, and communication. Public key, now we move to the uh, identification of utilization of public key cryptography. In public key cryptography is extensively utilized in several client-server authentication protocol to provide secured and efficient communication. The utilization of public key cryptography provides several advantages, including secure key exchange, resistance against attacks, and the ability to authenticate users and servers without the need for a pre-shared key. In client-server authentication protocols involves evaluating the cryptographic strength, resistance against attacks, communication cost, and scalability. The issue, the use of the public key cryptography in these protocols enhance security by providing security key exchange, digital signature, and encryption. The literature has been provided a convincing understanding of the comparative analysis of public key and symmetric key cryptography in the client-server authentication protocol. It has highlighted the strength and weakness of both cryptographic approaches, emphasizing the trade-offs and implication for protocol design. In The finding from the literature review has have significant implication for future research and protocol development. For the short time of period, we have not focused on so many things such as comparing the public key and symmetric key to the attack types, features, and principle. Additionally, the review has highlighted the recently published protocol on the papers. Uh, in future, research should focus on the said things which is not completing for the short time of period. In conclusion, we want to say that the literature review has provided valuable insights into the discussion of public key and symmetric key cryptography in server key authentication protocol. Thank you.